morning and welcome to Adapted Yoga. Just a reminder, Adapted Yoga means that I adapt it for people with high blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems and disc problems. If you haven't got those, then you can adapt it back to the other version. And when I go into the main section, I will be up and down. So if you've got blood pressure problems, you'll choose to either be on the floor or stay on the chair. But you shouldn't do both, otherwise you'll end up, your blood pressure will rise and fall. It can make you feel very sick, very dizzy, it can make you faint. And as I can't see you, I don't want anyone fainting. Unless somebody in the house will phone the ambulance for you. So always be aware of the limitations of your body. Make sure that you only do what you can do. What else do I need to tell you? Make sure you've got space around you, and today that you've got a chair, because we'll be using a chair as well. So we're going to start off. It's our chakras again, and today is our heart chakra. And we see this chakra as a kind of a green colour. Now, it doesn't just deal with the heart, because it's not just there, it's right in the middle. It deals with the circulatory system, the lungs, the heart, the respiratory, so everything to do with breathing through the nose and everything, but also the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the fingers. So everything in kind of this direction. That's what the heart chakra deals with. It is our chakra that deals with unconditional love. So it's the love that we have for children. So I'm just going to turn this slightly. Children, for our loved ones, for our parents. It's that unconditional love. And there's lots of different loves in different. For England, we only have one word, love. I love ice cream. I love going shopping. I love my husband. I love my children. It's all the same word for love, but we know and we feel that it's always something different. So you may love ice cream, but you love your child, your grandchild, more and in a different way. So we know the difference, except the one word tends to fit all, but it doesn't, if you know what I mean. But this is the place that we also deal with grief, loss, being to learn to accept ourselves. We can also be horrible to ourselves in this area too, so we can always run ourselves down and not feel good enough, and not feel that anybody loves us. How can anyone love us? But you are loved, and that's one thing that the heart chakra wants you to understand and wants you to know. You are loved. So we're going to take our hands into Hydaya Mudra. Not very good at my Sanskrit. And this is about, it gives us the strength for our heart to let us know that we are wonderful individuals. We are perfect the way we are. And that there are people that love us and that we love. So we're getting our thumb and we're bringing our thumb down, our finger down and placing it at the base of our thumb. And then our middle finger and our ring finger, we're bringing in, we're touching the thumb and the little finger down. We're just placing it down. Now there are vibrations that we do, and this one is YAM, Y-A-M. YAM. And there is also a mantra, I am loved. So it's up to you. You can do the vibration, the sound, or you can do the word. I'm going to do the sound. So we're just going to bring ourselves to this chair. Yeah. We're going to take 3 cleansing breaths, lifting the arms up and out through the mouth. And our last one. Now the more we work with these vibrations, the more we'll start to feel the vibrations within us. Some people aren't ready. They're not ready for that part of yoga, feeling the vibrations and thinking about chakras. And this is where the heart chakra comes in. Every chakra below is to do with rooting us to the earth. Every chakra above is going to bring us into a more spirituality, a more out of body world, sort of up there. And again, for some people, this is going to be really hard to get, and that's okay. Everybody comes to yoga and meets yoga at different points, and the more you do yoga, it strangely changes you. It changes your taste buds, and it changes your perception. It changes you scaringly as a person. So we're going to stand up to do our neck stretches, but in a slightly different way. We're keeping hold of our chair. We're bringing our hands, so we can bend our knees to bring our hands down onto the chair. But we want to keep, especially if you've got lower back problems, you want to keep this part of your spine nice and straight. You don't want it bending, so you want to kind of push the back down. Pull the shoulders back, feet facing forward. Now we're going to do the exact same things that we normally do with our head. We're going to forward and backwards and side, twist, twist. But it will feel slightly different in this position. So we're tucking the chin down as we breathe out. And we're keeping the back straight as we lift the head up. So we're not dropping the back, we're not going into a cat and cow. We're keeping our back as straight as possible. Breathing out and breathing in. Let's do 2 more. Try my nose. And our last one. How is this? Does it feel different? Does it feel a lot weirder than when we're doing it sitting down or standing up? So we're bringing our head back to centre. So now we're going to bring our ear towards our shoulder. So again onto one side, to the centre and to the other. We're going to do 3 more on each side. Again, how different does it feel? And our last one. And bringing it back to centre. So now we're going to look over our shoulder. Bringing it back to centre. And look over the other shoulder. And to centre. 3 more on each side. And our last set. And bend the knees. Bring yourself back up. So we're taking ourselves back down onto our chair. And we're going to sort of do a forward bend, but we're doing it, it's kind of like a child forward bend. So we're keeping our feet and our knees on the floor. We're going to breathe out, pull our belly in, lean forward so that we're coming down, we're flat onto our legs, and we're letting our hands and our head drop down. Now, remember, if you've got blood pressure problems, you might not want to let that head drop. You want to keep it in line. But remember, you can just sitting down, taking your time. You never know, you might be able to do it. So then we're bringing our hands back up onto our knees. We're tucking our chin in and we're lifting back up. So I'm going to do it sideways. So remember that back is always straight. And again, it's up to you whether you want to drop the head depending on how your blood pressure's feeling. So we're pulling the belly in. We're leaning forward onto our lap. We either stay here or we let the hands drop. You'll feel the back stretch, the shoulder blades open. And again, our hands are coming back onto our knees. We're lifting our head. We're bringing ourselves back up. So we're going to do a kind of a stretch in this position. So it's more of a child and a stretch. You're going to go forward again to the same position. But you're going to bring your one hand over to the side so that you're kind of looking round to the side. And you'll feel the stretch coming down the side of the ribs. And we're bringing ourselves back to centre, so we're not dropping our head, our back staying the same. We're just going to bring our hand so that it's coming over to the side. Our shoulders coming round towards there, and we're just turning slightly. But again, there's not much twist in that back. It will be in the next one. And we're bringing it back. And let's do one more. So we're taking the hand from straight, we're bringing it over to the opposite side of the foot, and we're turning our head to look in the opposite direction. Bringing it back. Changing sides the last time. And bring it back. Let's lift it up. Okay, so if you've got a lower back problem, so if you've got a slip disc, you shouldn't really be doing twists, you shouldn't really be doing my class. If you've got a slip disc, because I can't see you, but if you've got lower back problems, you're not sure of it, with this one, I'm just going to get you to turn to the side into that position. If you haven't got any lower back problems, and the reason I do that is so that you don't want to be doing a forward bend and a twist because that aggravates a slip disc. So you do a straight up and you just turn. Now if you haven't got any lower back problems, haven't got any slip disc, you can take it into a thread the needle child. So with this, we're going back into our forward bend. We're taking our hand and we're bringing it underneath the other arm, and we're bringing our shoulder to lay down onto our lap, and we're looking up to the side. So it's bringing us into a forward bend and a twist. Then we're going to bring it out and come back up. So let's try the other side. So coming down, taking the hand, bringing it underneath, bringing the shoulder, if we can, down. If you can't get it all the way down to the knee, don't worry. That's where you're aiming to get. You're looking up. You'll feel the twist around this area through the lower back. Hence why I said if you've got a slip disc, or lower back problems and not sure that the slip disc, then don't go into a forward bend and twist. Let's bring it out and let's try the other side. And last time, let's change. And bring it out, come back up. So we move to the edge of our seat. We're going to bring our legs into eagle. Now you can keep the feet out, you can keep the toes out. If you can hook it around the leg, and then because you're here you can kind of push it, but you don't have to. Now what I want you to do is to try and open your legs. So you're squeezing your legs in opposite directions. And then undoing, and we're going to change sides. So swap the legs over if you can, hook it round. If you can't, don't worry. Now open the legs, so you're trying to push the legs in opposite directions. So that will work in the ankles, work in the knees, work in the thighs and the hips. And undo. I'm just going to change because we're going to do the same one again, but I'm just taking the camera down to my legs. I can find. It's so bright, I can't see anything. So again, swapping the legs. If you can hook them, but don't worry, and pull them apart. And let's change sides last time. And undo. So we're going to bring ourselves up to standing. If you may need a band, if you can't grab your foot, you might not. So we'll use the back of the chair. Again, you don't need it if you know that you're fine. So if you can, you're going to try and grab your foot into both. So you're bringing your foot up and you're trying to grab the ankle and flex the foot. And from there, push back. Now, if you have a problem, you can either get a band, hook your foot in and hold it in this position, still trying to flex that foot. Or if you find that you can't do that, you haven't got a band, you can't bend the knee, you can't grab, you can always put your foot up on here and then try and slide the leg back if it makes that a bit easier for you. So we're flexing, we're pushing away into bow. Remember, you can let go with the hand if you want to, but the chair's always there if you need it. Pulling the shoulder back. And then bringing the foot down. Let's try the other side. So flexing, grabbing hold, pushing back. And we'll try one more. Remember, you can let go, let go. And let's change last time. So pushing the hands out. And bringing it down. So we're going to take it into our sun salutation. Remember, you can do it anywhere. So if you know you can do it from the floor, do it from the floor. Don't leave these up, you might need this on my knees. But I'm going to stay on the chair again, just in case anybody is following me. So let's bring ourselves to mountain pose. So hands into prayer. Engage the legs, push down, pull the pelvic floor in, pull the abdominals in, squeeze the shoulders back and down, tuck the chin in, breathe. Rather think about how much you're loved, think about all the people that love you and all the people that you love. So we're going to breathe in, lifting the arms up and reaching back. And then as we breathe out, we're taking it into a forward bend. Hands down, depending on where you can be, how your back can be straight, you can always bend them knees if you need to. Take it up into a half bend. We're going to start with that right foot. Step the foot back, bend the knees. If you can lift up into a warrior lunge. You're taking the hands down, you're stepping back, pushing the toes, heels to the floor, the head between the arms into down dog. Remember, you can always bend them knees. You can always straighten one leg at a time, thinking about keeping that back straight. Come up onto your tiptoes and roll forward, pushing the heels away, squeezing the stomach muscles, squeezing the chest, shoulders back. Drop the hips, pull the shoulders back into upward facing dog. And then push back into down dog. Lift that left foot up in the air. Pull it in towards the chest. Step it forward. Shoulders back. Lift up. Remember, keep them arms down if you've got blood pressure problems. Lift them up if you haven't. Take the hands back down. Step in into a forward bend. Bend the knees, stretch the arms, breathe in. Let's go again. Breathing out. Breathing in. 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 Breathing out. breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, hands together, breathe out. Lovely. So, we're now taking it into our main part. Now you'll do what you can, like I said, you can either choose to be on the floor or on the or on the chair. I'm going to keep the chair. The first one we're not going to use the chair, we're doing it a warrior step. So, we're standing at the front. If you need to, that chair's always there. You're going to take your foot back and you're placing the heel flat down on the floor. You want your hips to be in line. You don't want to be pushing round the back. So you only step that back as far as you can. You're not having the pelvis out. You're going to tilt the pelvis under and you're going to push the heel forward. So make sure that it's neutral. From here, you're bringing the hands behind, clasping them, pushing down and then lifting, pushing into that knee, look up into a warrior but with a back bend. We're finishing with a wheel today. We're going to try, have a go. And then we're bringing ourselves out, and if you need to, you can always hold that chair to bring the foot back in. Bringing ourselves back to mountain as a relax. So let's step the other foot back. So taking it back, placing it flat down, keep them hips nice and straight. Bend into the knee, make sure that the bum's not sticking backwards. Take the hands behind, push them down, shoulders back, lift the arms, push forward, look up. Breathe into the chest. Think about the heart shooting, every time you breathe out, shooting out love right through the centre of your body. Think of the people you want to send that love to. And again, I'm doing the hands, bringing ourselves back in. Let's try one more each side. Relax. And let's try the other side. And bringing it forward. Lovely. So where are we? Ooh, you're going to like this. Not a lot. So, we're going to go into Superstar from a chair. You may want to watch this before you attempt it and then see. Like I said, if you don't feel you can do it, don't worry. So, with this, we're kind of going into a down dog from the chair. You're going to then step your foot over and place it flat on the floor. As it goes flat, you're then going to roll yourself out into Superstar. You can lift your arm up, but better if you bring your hand down by your heart. And imagine shooting out love from there. You're spinning back round. We're going to do the other side, stepping the foot out. You're coming out, you're bringing your hand in by your heart, lifting the body up. We're keeping that foot at the back. You're coming round, you're placing your hand down. Bring yourself back. Okay? So we're going to do 2 on each side. And hold it for about 3 breaths, but if you have to jump back again, come straight back. So here we go. From down dog. Lift your foot, step it over, roll the body out. Now make sure the foot's down. You can roll them feet, you can push, bring your hands in by your heart. We're stepping over. Bringing the hand down, stepping back, bringing ourselves to down dog. You're stepping over, the foot goes down, you're sliding round, you're bringing that hand in by your heart. And we're moving back around. The whole time we're doing this, we're starting to work on that back to open up into the spine, but also working on these arms. So we're stepping, foot goes down, we're rolling, let the body roll as it wants, bring the hand in, push the chest towards the sky. And bringing it back. And bringing it back, stretch down. Bend the knees, lift the head, stretch the arms. And we can only go to your shoulders, bring the hands down. Good. So, we're going to take it into plain pose. And we can do this from the chair. Again, see what you can do. If it doesn't feel right, you can admit it if it's too much. You're bringing your hands onto the side of your chair, your bum's on the edge. Now you can do it in tabletop, so I'll do tabletop first. Keeping the feet quite close in, you're lifting your bum off and you're pushing your hips towards the ceiling. Hold it here. And then let's bring ourselves back down. Give your hands a little rub if you need to. Give your wrists a little rub. So we're going to take it a little bit further by moving our legs further out. Hands are in the same place, but we're taking our feet a little bit further out, placing the foot flat down. And again, we're lifting. We might need to walk them feet out a bit more. We're pushing ourselves up. Again, squeeze your stomach muscles, squeeze your pelvic floor. Keep your head in line or gently let it go back, but just make sure that it feels okay. Nothing feels wrong. You'll feel it into your arms and your shoulders. That's okay. And then we're going to bring ourselves back down. So I'm going to take, some of yous will go to the floor for the next one if you want to, some of yous probably won't. Now, with this on the chair, it's a little bit harder to do. So it'll be just a kind of bringing your hands back. Oh, 1 minute. I'll just plug that back in. What happened there? What's happened there? What happened? Oh, don't know what happened on my Zoom. That's just gone off. So sorry about that. So with this, it's puppy dog. So I can't get you to do puppy dog on the floor if you've got problems with your knees and shoulders, or you've got blood pressure. So you're going to stay on the chair. You're going to pull the shoulders back, and you're lifting the arms up. So if you're on the floor, make sure that you've got something to get you down. So again, a pad. So if you've got bad knees, you want to bring your knees down, you'd go onto your good knee, and then you'd bring yourself down onto the floor. Okay, so that's how you get out and get back in. So if you're on the chair, you're going to stop just doing that, putting it back. If you're on the floor, now, if you've got, again, knee problems, we're going to come off the knees in a minute, but you can double up and place something underneath your knees. You're walking your hands out, keeping your bum in the air, trying to get your chest to the floor. So again, even if you've got back problems, you may still find that this is a really nice stretch for your lower back. Remember, if it's your knees, you may just want to stay on the chair. But as long as, even if you have blood pressure problems, as long as you now stay on the floor, that is okay. Now, to come out of this, all you're doing is letting your knees go back and letting your body drop onto the floor. That'll relax your back. And then we're going to bring ourselves back up. So we're sliding our hands down. Again, if it's your knees, roll onto your side and bring yourself up. So if it's your knees, you'd roll this way and bring yourself up into this position so that you're not coming back onto the knees too much. We have to do it a second time. So again, like I said, if you find that your knees are a problem, go onto the chair, stay on the chair. But if it's just that, oh, they just hurt a little, then add a little extra padding. Reach the hands out. Now this is going to work your shoulders. The chin goes down. You may not get as far as me. You may be up here somewhere and it's really painful. If it does, as soon as you need to come out, you can always put the elbows down. You can slide back. We're keeping that bum up in the air. Stretching that chest down. And again, sliding the bum down, let the body relax. And again, if you need to, roll onto your side to bring yourself back up. So I'm going to do the next one on the floor and then I'll jump up and show you the version on the chair if you can't get to the floor. So this is bridge pose. So with this, you're rolling over onto your back. You're bringing your knees in. You're turning your hands over. And you're trying to bring the shoulder blades right underneath. From here, you'll feel that already your chest opens, so it's pushing up. But then you're pushing down and you're lifting the hips towards the ceiling. Now, there shouldn't be any pain on the neck because your shoulder blade should be underneath. You can walk your feet in if you can. You can move your your shoulders down if you can. What you don't want is your knees falling out. You want them to stay in line. They might not be good together. Most hips for women, we're kind of open. For men, they might be able to get them together. For women, not so great. And then you're going to curl down. So, if you're on the floor, that's what you're doing on the floor. If you can't get to the floor, then you're going to do a standing version from here. Pulling the hands back. So the last time we were just doing the upper back. Now we're going to try and move backwards and down. And bringing it back up. Release the hands. So either down on the floor, lifting to the bridge, or doing a standing version, leaning back. So I'm going to do one more. Whichever position you're in, we're doing one more. And bringing it back up. Now again, with going backwards, if you're standing, you may feel, especially taking that head back, so we keep the head in. Now I'm going to bring us into wheel, but I'll show you on the floor first how to get into wheel, or starting to bring our hands into the right position. We're bringing ourselves into the same position, our feet down, our head down. I can't really see where I am. I've got notes. I can't see nothing at all. Then you're bringing your fingers so that they're coming backwards and the elbows are coming up into the air. Now, it may be that your fingers might need to go out. They might not like this position, but it's about just getting the hands in the right position. So getting them to turn back. If you're sitting on a chair, then sitting on the chair, just start to pull, having the hands in this position, try and pull the hands backwards. So again, if you're finding in that position, I can't get my hands in that position, come up, bend the elbows and just pull the hands backwards. Changing hands, so pulling the hands backwards. So you can be in any of them positions you want, from sitting down or down on the floor. It just depends on where your body wants to be. So again, either down or just pulling them hands back if you're sitting in the chair. Okay. So, if you're in the chair, stay, and for everybody else, you're just watching for a second. We're bringing it up onto the head, if you can. So it's just about taking the head back. Now again, if you've got low blood pressure, then taking the head back will raise your blood pressure. If you've got high blood pressure, it'll higher your blood pressure. If you've got neck problems, again, you may not want to do this because you've got a neck problem. Just getting the hands and lifting the hips will be fine for you. And if you've got a lower back problem, this will be quite nice actually. So we'll see how we can do. And then I'll show you a version on the chair. So if you're on the floor, you're bringing them hands back. You're lifting your bum up. And then you're seeing if you can lift the head over. Now if you can't, you just stay in that position. Having the hands there and pushing the hips up into bridge. If you can roll the head back, you roll the head back. Now, for people on our chair, again, if you've got blood pressure problems, you may want to omit this because it will raise your blood pressure. But it also gets a bit scary as well because we're going backwards. You've got your hand on the side of the chair, you've got your hand on the back of the chair. From here, you're lowering your bum's right on the edge. You're lowering yourself back, trying to bring yourself so that you're lying, and you might find that the rib cage or the shoulder blades are just around here. If you can, you let the head go back. You bring it back up. Your hands come under that small of your back. You're using that to push you back up. So again, whichever position, either rolling your head out anytime you need to, we're taking ourselves back. You may just want to get to here, may not want to go any further, and then you're pushing back up again. Now from the chair, I'll do it from the chair before I go to the floor. Again, you may want to watch. You may not think, I'm not going any further than what I've just done. That was far enough, and that is okay. It's a little scary. So, I'll do it on the chair, then I'll do it from the floor. We're taking it back. We're letting our head go down. We're reaching our hands over. We're bringing our hands back up to our chair, lifting our head, lifting ourselves back up. Always have a stop, have a think. Did I like that? Did my stomach like that? Did my heart like that? Did anything like that? If not, don't do it again. I'm going to do the floor, so if you want, you could always have another go at that. Or go, nope, I'll just watch you on the floor, Mari. So, our last bit for the floor as well. If you've got into this position and you've got your head down, the next bit is just about strength and it's about pushing up. Now, if you did the wild thing, then you were sort of doing this on one hand. And we're bringing it back down. Now, it's all to do with fear. Majority of everything we do is to do more with fear than anything else. So have a go. If you can't do it, don't worry about it. It's not a big thing. It's just about getting our body into different positions, and also because it starts to open our chest and stretches our heart chakra. It's a great one. So whichever position, if you're on the chair, stay on the chair. If you're on the floor, you're going to stop on the floor. We're taking our legs down, or you can keep them up depending on your back, bringing them together. Turning the palms over. You can bring your hands into the mudra if you want to. You can say the word, I am loved. You can say the sound, yam. You can think about all the people, just naming the people that you love. Just letting the body relax down. You are loved. 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 We're going to start to feel that movement through the toes and the fingers, through the wrists and the ankles, the knees and the elbows, shoulders and the hips, the stomach, the chest and the back, and the neck and the head. Take the arms above the head, breathe in, and as you breathe out, relax the body. Big breath in again, stretching the arms if you can. Remember, if you can't take it above your shoulders, don't worry. And breathe out. If you're on the floor, you're bringing the knees in towards your chest, you're rolling them round. And then we're going to take them in the opposite direction. You're on the chair, just stay there. You're on the floor, you're rolling over onto your side. And then you're going to gently bring yourself up to seated. So thank you for joining me today. If there's anything that didn't feel right, make sure that you stop. Let me know if you do something and you think, oh, I did that, Mari, and I didn't feel right again. Give me a shout, and we'll work through it, see what was wrong, what happened. Like I said, listen to your body and feel love. Take that love out and shed it out to the world. Do something nice for people today. Smile. Say thank you, please. It all helps. Wear a mask. Show a shine of love. So see you later. Take care. Bye bye.